Hi, I'm Perry from Rennet Rind, and welcome to the Rennet Rind Maturing Rooms. And I'm talking to you today because it's Christmas, and you've invited me to your dinner table, and I've organised 6 amazing British artisan cheeses. Now, Christmas boxes are extremely special to me because Jesus, Christmas is a time for family and friends, and you're all going to be sharing this around. So I've been working hard in these rooms, brushing, turning, washing, controlling humidity of all the 6 cheeses that you have in your box to get them to peak perfection. So please, I hope I've got it right. And I think the cheeses are phenomenal, And those who know me, thanks for coming back. Those who don't, my name is Perry. I'm from Rennet Rind. I am a world cheese judge, a qualified affineur. I trained in France. An affineur is someone who refines cheese, turns them, makes them better, essentially, to bespoke profiles of what we're looking for. I'm a world cheese judge, so I judged in Spain, which is going to be talking a little bit about me judging 4,000 cheeses, which is really exciting. But I don't want to hold you up because this is Christmas dinner, right? You're taking your time. I'm at the end of the table, hopefully, and I want to talk to you about the first cheese we selected. Now, in your box, obviously, you get all your cheeses, your paperwork, your quiz. Have a little bit of fun with that, and you've got your tasting notes. Eat the cheeses in this order. There's a specific reason why, because they all do something to one another, and it's a little journey, and I've crafted it to be just like that for you. So the first cheese we have up, it's kind of a bit of my smash hits of my favorite cheeses over the last year. So the first cheese up is my favorite cheese, which is called Old Rome. And it's a Wensleydale style made in the Yorkshire Dales by Ben and Sam Spence. And I love this cheese because it's just traditional. We're all about British cheese here. And this is traditional British artisan cheese, and it's bringing it back to kind of some full-on artisan methods of creating amazing cheeses. And Wensleydale 14th recipe, and this is not like your vat pack supermarket stuff. We've matured it on a bit further in here. And it's got more complexity about it, but it's a very, very delicate cheese. That's why I want you to try it first. So we've got unpasteurized cow's milk. On the outside, if you're lucky enough to have a little bit of the rind there, this is cloth bound. Cloth on the outside. Actually, hang on a minute. I've got one hole here. So cloth bound, it comes in these little truckles here. Cloth bound and then smothered with butter on the outside, right? Well, how can you go wrong with anything that's smothered in butter? So, these are beautiful little wheels with a good activity on the outside. Great smell, mushroomy, kind of side of damp. This is what these rooms are like. They're damp. They're a good way to teleport you to these rooms, So let's get stuck in. I'm going to teach you how we taste cheeses at the World Cheese Awards, right? We've inspected the cheese. We can see the rind is good. The contents of the cheese is amazing in terms of the way that it looks. The color is equal, but now we want some aroma, Don't eat it first. Go straight in for the aroma as well. Give it a sniff. Now, this is what this cheese is all about. Let's teleport you back to summer, 6 months old. So we're back into the summer milk, grass, pastures, clean, lemony, yogurt, acidic, delicate, floral, all these amazing tastes. I mean, it's a phenomenal cheese, And if it hasn't warmed up, it's a little bit cold in this room, break it in, bring it between your fingers. That'll bring it up to room temperature and get it where it is. But lo and behold, I don't want you to wait. Let's just pop this in and see how it goes. So, first of all, amazing. That dairy, milky, yogurty, Greek yogurt, lemon, texture-wise, that crumbles there, but not like the crumble that we're used to in Wensleydale, where it kind of dissipates to nothing, and it's just yogurty and gone. The length is massive, which is absolutely phenomenal. The length is long. It's grassy notes coming in. So it's crumbly, yet sticky at the same time, and huge amounts of length, but so delicate. And that's why we're trying it first, So that is Old Rome, unpasteurized cheese, been in this room for 6 months maturing. I think that's quite a phenomenal batch of cheese. Really good traditional farming. Okay, cool. Let's move on to our next one. Now, some of you may have tried this one before. We've got Mayfield, which is a Alpen-style cheese made down in East Sussex, but a little bit of a twist. Most of you have had this at 6 months. we're sitting on a year's batch here. So, you see on your taste notes just to the right, I've got some sort of instructions of how I've matured this cheese, the temperature, the humidity that we're rocking out here, you know. And yeah, so higher temperature, high humidity, it's got this thick wax rind that's on the outside, which is traditional of these Gouda styles that are there. A little bit of age has worked into mine. Unfortunately, I've got a little bit of mite in there. That's just natural, like a live cheese. But we tried this once. So, over the course of the last year, I've been nicking great batches of cheese from Arthur, and then putting them to one side just for this day. You've got to think about all the work that's gone into these boxes. Isn't just happened at the last hurdle. It's been a year's worth of hard graft for me, and I really hope it pays off. So we've got that kind of opaque, it's not opaque, like yellow texture, indicating that it's cow's milk. This is pasteurized, but not for the worst of it. Good pliant texture, but a little bit more dry than usual, and that's the age. So it crumbles easier, because it's lost that moisture that's there. Let's give it a little taste. Should on smell. Sweet, nutty, dairy. On the palate, though, whoa, that's a crowd pleaser. That's like so intense in terms of flavor. So intense, so nutty, so sweet, so creamy as well. But intense, nutty sweetness is definitely what we're getting from it, which is so important, which is just what I wanted. Going from that fresh flavor you have in Old Roan down into the sweetness of the Mayfield, I think it really works out. That's a beautiful cheese. I'm really, really pleased with that. A year's worth of work, all in one cheese. Fantastic. So let's move on to our next cheese. Next cheese up, we have Baronette. So at this point, hopefully I've got a few little slides to show you of what my time down in Wiltshire. Juliana, who makes this cheese, who's kind of like my favorite cheesemaker of the last 2 years. It's been tough. She sends me these amazing handwritten notes, which are just so detailed and so sweet. She's a phenomenal cheesemaker down in Wiltshire, Neston Park. I was lucky enough to visit there, one of my first cheese visits. Full Jersey cows, they're kind of very beautiful. Actually, they've got these long eyelashes, really beautiful shapes, and really beautiful colours. Neston Park is just phenomenal. There's loads kind of going on there. There's ice cream makers, dairies making like double cream and things like that. And it's just a phenomenal place. And Jersey cream, like Jersey milk, is really difficult to make cheese out of. The protein in it fluctuates a little bit. A lot of people will try not to challenge, like try not to do it. But I'll hopefully put an overlay of videos with this to show how just glorious the place is and just, quintessential British artisan cheese. So this is a wash rind cheese. So it's been washed in a brine. So that's water and salt, 3 times a week for 6 weeks, kind of varying. And we get this beautiful peachy rind that's on the top, what we should be hoping for here is a huge buttery texture. Leave this out, of course, room temperature. And you get some really good breakdown, but it's nice and squidgy, perfect breakdown in between the cheese, which is awesome. Aroma. On the outside, we are getting that, gym socks kind of vibe that's going on. That's natural wash rind cheese. That's what happens. But in the middle, that butteriness is coming through. I'm almost salivating already. I'm so excited to try this. I think this would be a really nice contrast to the last 2 cheeses we had. Let's give it a go. Buttery. Little bit of animal in there, kind of meaty. Bit of peanuttiness or a raw nut of some kind. Rind is just so nice. But we've got that big dairy, milky butter flavor washing over our palate, which works so well in terms of difference of the other 2 cheeses that we've had. Juliana, the old cheese room, phenomenal. Baronette, I hope you guys enjoy that. That's a real treat. That's absolutely bang on at the moment. And the next cheese we have up is something very, very special. Pitchfork cheddar. Pitchfork cheddar. Now, I'm going to talk to you about my time in Oviedo, Spain. So Oviedo, I was at the World Cheese Awards, which is this badge here. And I was part of a judging team, 250 judges from around the world. First time we're back together. judging over 4,000 cheeses on behalf of the Guild of Fine Food. I had a table of about 60 to 70 cheeses to taste through. Very arduous, hard work. But the big news that I wanted to do, I wanted to give you a little bit of something really, really special. So this is called pitchfork cheddar, made by the Treverne brothers down in Somerset. It's organic Jersey milk. It's a cheddar style, traditionally cloth bound. But the important thing to know is that this was awarded Super Gold, which makes it currently the 14th best cheese in the world, and no other cheddar finished higher than it. So this cheddar, arguably, and I wanted to give you something really special for Christmas. This cheddar, pitchfork cheddar, is the best cheddar in the world. Best artisan cheddar in the world. No non-artisan finished above it. It got joint 14th, and yeah, you can check that online. Go Google World Cheese Awards, and you're about to have some of the best cheese in the world. And the best cheddar in the world, judged by some of the best people around the world. So we've got these kind of cracks, openings that are happening there, what naturally happens in cheddar. We've got kind of a moist texture, which is quite nice. Let's give it a nice little cut through. I don't want to hang around. I just kind of want to get you guys through what I'm experiencing, why I selected these cheeses for you to create that really special experience at Christmas. Aroma, grassy tang, that typical cheddar acidity's there. Borderline citrus in an area where it is. Background notes of that kind of slight meatiness coming through. A little bit of salt on the back of there. A lot of complexity going in. Let's give it a go. Best cheddar in the world, right? I mean, makes you chew. That textural difference is so nice to have in this part of our board. The tang comes through, but it's subtle. That salinity comes through from the saltiness. That brothy, white chicken kind of esque meatiness coming in. That is a remarkable cheddar. That's really something to admire. That dairy in the back, I mean, there is so much going on, and it's got a little bit of a punch to it. What I like about this cheddar is that it ramps up. It kind of, after each bite, it's kind of like delicate, and it goes on this swing. And it ramps up further and further. Best cheddar in the world, guys. You're welcome. Have a lovely Christmas with that. Next cheese up we have is something very, very special. Now, I know a lot of you guys know me and been buying boxes. Some of you don't. But there's a real big family tradition that I have. And every Christmas, my family, for the last God knows how long, has been asking me to make truffle brie for Christmas. And I wanted to connect me being here, my family Christmas table, which is all these cheeses, of course it is, and then, connect it to your table. So we're kind of all sharing in this country, like hundreds of us who have bought the boxes. Thank you very much. Sharing this experience together. And my family asked me to make this every year, and it's a truffle brie. So I use fresh truffles set in an oil for 14 days, fresh mascarpone, double cream, but I get like a subtleness that's in there. That's why it's quite late in the stage, And some of you didn't have, the truffle brie, would just be getting kind of a normal Sussex brie, which the notes are still going to be there. So work with me on this. I know truffle is marmitey, not as in flavour, as in do you like it or hate it. So in terms of smell, I'm hoping done my job right. It'd be very subtle. Yeah, so milky double cream. That's there. That's the note that I want. I don't want to overpower the situation with tons of truffle and intensity. I want it to be subtle at this point, because we're moving on to a big flavour next. So yeah, nice and fresh, grassy, little bit of that kind of fungal mushroom that the flavour kind of that truffle gives off. Let's pop it in and give it a go. See if I've done a good job this year. Cream, dairy, milky, fresh, grassy, truffle. That is pure indulgence. I think I've done a good job with this. I hope you guys enjoy it. A little bit of link from my family to yours. Merry Christmas. Great cheese. Next cheese we have up. Oh, the final cheese. Sorry, we're through it already. The final cheese that we have is arguably, rated on our website is the best cheese that we've sold this year, really. Boval, British Gorgonzola, made by Cropwell Bishop in Nottinghamshire by the Scouse brothers, um, cousins. I can't quite remember that. Forgive me. And this is just a really beautiful example of just great British cheese. I'm not betraying your Stiltons. I know you all wanted Stiltons. I'm just doing a little twist on it. A little kind of twist. And this is made with the same similar starters that you have from Gorgonzola, so you get that lovely breakdown. These beautiful veinings where it's pierced from top and oxygen rushes in there and turns the cheese blue. Smell, vibrancy, tanginess, hoppy, which I always tend to get, a little bit of salinity that's in there. And, it's hard to detect this, but there's going to be some piquancy in this. So you think like a high cream, a blue cheese, it's going to be like, quite easy going, and I think this is like a proper blue lover's cheese, So let's pop it in and see how we get on. So once again, that's just why we got this order. That amazing textural difference, the kind of lightness that comes through, it hits on the palate and dissipates immediately, but then coats the palate with like some overwhelming blue like sensations. You got that savory note in there, the hoppy digestiveness that's coming through. I mean, really great cheese, really great, and it's truly remarkable. And that's me done. That's your 6 cheeses that we have, and I truly hope you guys enjoy them. I'm really happy with the way this came out, and thank you so much for supporting us this Christmas, and those of you that have supported the British artisan cheese industry over the last year, 2 years. I'm not going to say the C word, but thank you so much. I really, really hope you guys have an amazing Christmas. Enjoy your cheeses. Give us a call. Let us know what you think about it. Good luck in the quiz. And yeah, have a beautiful Christmas. Thanks a lot.